watching Senior Support on your TV. My name is Debbie MacDonald Moynes, and I'm your host. And we are so pleased to be with you today when producer of your TV and We're COVID called to see if we'd like to do some shows using this new technology. We said, sure, absolutely, we'd love to do that. I'm the Executive Director of the Prince Edward County Community Care for Seniors Association. I'm also a community co-producer. The other co-producer is Shelley Wirt, Executive Director of Community Care for South Hastings. Our topic for today's show is reassurance calls to seniors and people in the community. And my first guest is Lorraine Pyle, who is a coordinator with Community Care for South Hastings. Thanks so much for coming today, Lorraine.
Thank you for having me, everyone.
Well, we're going to talk about a very important topic. This whole lockdown where people are staying at home, it's a very important thing to do. It helps keep themselves and the community safe, and seniors are in the high-risk population, of course, for the pandemic. However, it's hard to do, isn't it? Lorraine, have you found that from the seniors you've been talking to?
So the social isolating is just a huge concern for so many of our clients. I mean, they rely so much on the programs that we offer here, that socializing, the getting together with friends, the meal program, all of those things. That's such an important part of their daily lives. And because of the pandemic and the restrictions in bringing people together, we found that so many of our clients are just so down and disconnected from things. One of the things that we made a priority here at Community Care for South Hastings was checking in with all of them.
Yes, that disconnectedness, that feeling that you're alone, and especially if people watch the news and hear all of the things, it can be very upsetting, can't it? And some people just need to hear a friendly voice.
Absolutely.
And you provide the friendly voice.
Absolutely. So in the very beginning of the restrictions, our security and reassurance calls was about answering questions. A lot of our seniors were very unclear about what it was that they needed to do, what was important. So we went through a checklist with everybody saying, you know, watch for these signs, be careful of this, get a mask, you know, and offering the programs that we offer, but in a different way. So it started out with maybe providing more direction and connection that way. And now it's grown in, after 11 weeks, it's grown into looking forward to that friendly call every week that says, how are you doing? Like, we care and we're here. Yeah.
And I would say, even if people are receiving support from their family, there's when you're in your home and you're not going out very much, if at all, there are few things to talk about. So having a call from someone else, a friendly volunteer that your agency has screened, and it's safe to have a chat with these people, must be something that people really look forward to.
Oh, for sure. I think it's important to mention that all of our coordinators are still working in some capacity, either in office and or from home remotely, but they're checking in with their individual clients. So a lot of the seniors that we're checking in with are asking questions about how their friends are. How is so-and-so doing? Are they doing okay? Is everybody they worry and they're concerned. So they're definitely worried about their family, of course, but they're also worried about their friends and acquaintances that they met in the programs here. So we can offer that kind of reassurance. Your friends are just fine. They're weathering as well as you are. They're lonely. They're anxious to be back and be connected, just like you are. But they're doing okay. They're good. We're taking care of them too. So.
Well, that's why they're called reassurance calls. Your coordinators are managing the other programs in the agency. I know that you are delivering hot and frozen meals on wheels. So any of our viewers that were interested in those programs could definitely call. We'll put the number on the bottom of the screen so they could call and find out more.
Absolutely. In fact, all of our programs are running at some capacity. Our meal programs are definitely running. They're very busy. And we've encouraged our seniors to utilize those for their own safety and their own well-being in ensuring that that food gets into the home and healthy. But our medical transportation, our Deserano offices are still offering all of the services as well. The activity program, they have some neat ideas working together in activities remotely and or over the phone. The diners or the community cafe, Lana is checking in with all of them. And my stroke programs here at Community Care, we're doing our own thing to stay connected. We're having a fun Wednesday morning bingo, a call-in bingo, and they're looking forward to just the giggles that to come out of that. But we have clients that, you know, are really feeling the isolation, and we check in more than once a week with them and just have chats. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The reassurance programs have really emerged as absolutely essential programming for agencies like Community Care South Hastings, Prince Edward Community Care, and the other similar agencies in Hastings County, and indeed across the province. This calling people to check in and make sure that they're doing okay is something that has ramped up in a big way, even more than we were doing before the pandemic.
Absolutely. I think the three key points that we can take out of these calls in terms of what we're finding for our clients is, first of all, we're helping our clients stay connected to someone, an agency. It's letting our clients know that we're there at any time, anytime throughout the week, to advocate or look for ways to help them out any way we can. And that means so much for them to know that they're not alone. If they don't have the answer, we'll help them find the answer. And then, of course, the biggest goal of all is, you know, it's reassuring for our clients to know that somebody is working really hard every day to show that we care.
Yes, the seniors are not alone. Just to say again the words that you used, Lorraine, people are not alone. They don't have to be alone. They can call your office if they're located in your service area and ask to be on the list so that they can also
Absolutely.
receive a phone call. And I know both your agency and mine will share the numbers of agencies like ours in other areas of Hastings County, as well as in other areas of the province. We have the list, we know where the agencies are, and most agencies are making these calls so that seniors don't feel like they're alone.
Absolutely. I think it's very reassuring to all of our clients here at Community Care for South Hastings, and your clients. It's very reassuring for all of those folks to know that they have an entire team working to ensure that they're not alone, that they're connected, and that they're getting and able to get what they need while they get through this pandemic. Absolutely. And that reassuring message is, we will get through this together. Absolutely. And we can't wait until we can be together again. So it gives them hope that it's going to level out one day, as the Ministry of Health dictates that we can, but we're not going away. We're always going to be here. Yeah.
And I would say that caregivers, Lorraine, must really appreciate if seniors have caregivers, family members, they must also really appreciate the checking in, the making sure that people are doing okay.
Well, so interesting that you say that, because I'm checking in with some clients of mine. I'm checking in with the caregivers that live right in the home, and they're listening to people that care about them. We know you're going through a tough time right now because you're taking care of this person, every day, day in, day out. I mean, they need to hear that piece too, but we want to talk to them too and say, how are you doing? And then, of course, the other aspect of caregivers are the caregivers that don't live within the home, but are very concerned, and they are social distancing. They're staying away from their parents, perhaps, or their grandparents, staying at a distance, but checking in. And they appreciate it immensely that we're making those calls every week to make sure that, their relative and their loved one has got somebody out there working for them to care about them and make sure that they're connected and get what they need too.
Mhm. Well, Lorraine, you told us you have a whole team at Community Care South Hastings that support seniors to live at home. And I would say people listening today and watching must be feeling very, very appreciative of the work that you and the rest of the team at the agency are doing to help people find their way through this pandemic. This is a difficult time. People are isolated, and they just need to call the number on their screen and reach out so that they too can receive a phone call from people that truly care.
Thank you very much. And yes, that's a huge message, Debbie. And we do want people to know that we're there for them. And, we can help connect to other things that they might too. And I know your team is working just as hard as we are to make our seniors safe and maintain their sense of well-being. And we are here to answer those calls anytime.
Well, thank you so much, Lorraine, to you and everyone at Community Care for South Hastings. You're watching Senior Support on your TV, and our topic today is reassurance to seniors who are working their way, living their way through the pandemic and isolated at home. They can reach out to their local agency and get connected as best as is possible during times like this.